Well, if you can't tell, I'm here at the Sony stand here at IBC 2014. They don't just have a stand, they have a hall. So this is the Sony hall, shall we call it. So much to see, but we're going to concentrate on some new products that's new to IBC this year. I've got Olivier with me. Hi, Olivier.
Hello.
Let's start with the HXR-MC2500. Tell us a little bit about these.
Yeah, so actually this is a replacement of our product which was called the MC2000. Yeah, it's fundamentally building on the feedback of the customers to improve it. So the fundamental changes are there is a new XR sensor, improving the sensitivity of the product. It's actually now constructed with an OLED viewfinder, which is quite incredible for that kind of price point. The product has also wireless capability, so you can do remote control on a tablet or a smartphone as well, directly. And they built in as well a light at the front of it, which makes the product, again, the purpose of such a product is to be really kind of easy and versatile, if you want. So you can have the lighting on it, more sensitivity, OLED viewfinder. So it's a really nice improvement over an existing product.
Brilliant. Now let's move along, and this is something I'm particularly interested in as well, which is the PXW-X70. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, that's interesting enough. My favorite of all. Yeah, there's a lot. We'll talk about the FS7. Everybody looks at that, but this one is a treasure. Yeah. The X70 is actually, as the form factor dictates, one of these very handy products. But for the very first time, they mounted a 1-inch sensor into it, which is 20 million pixels. Now, number of pixels doesn't really matter, but what's important about it is that it can be 4K upgradable. That will come later on. So you can do 4K or HD. Yeah, now HD. Now, the codec to record this is XAVC into it. You can do also SVC HD if you have other products you want to keep the consistency. But that's fantastic because the sensitivity of the product, including the fact that with the 1-inch, give you that kind of shallow depth of field on something that usually we never had for such a kind of form factor. So it's a really neat product,
No, it looks fantastic. As does actually the X200. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes, so the X200 complements the XD-Cam family. And it starts now actually from, therefore, the X70, X160, 180, 200, and then goes to what we're going to talk next, the X500. Now, the X180, 200, excuse me, is actually an evolution of the 200, the famous BMW 200. It has a brand new lens, and the new lens is interesting. So it's made by Fujinon, if you want, that's written on it. But for whether the zoom, the iris, and the focus, they all have mechanical engagement, and they're all locked in and out. That's quite really nice. 17-time zoom lens. The recording now also has XAVC. That's really good. So eye frame and long op as well together. You can decide. And you also have, which is one of the key functionality that was already on the 180 that I see you're using, and thank you for that, is you can do wireless streaming. So you can put a 4G dongle on the back of the camera or a Wi-Fi adapter. It goes in here very simply. So you just open that, you slot it in, and you can have 4G coverage. This morning at the press conference, we did a 3 megabit connection. You can choose the bit rate depending on the quality of the connection you've got. And we were displaying this on an 85-inch 4K panel. And the quality was actually mind-blowing, to be fair, for such a bit rate. So really convenient for people who do more journalistic, news-related activities. So that's the X200.
Excellent. Now, the X500 is looking fantastic.
The X500, again, it's a remarkable piece of engineering, to be honest. So what this is a replacement of the PXW-500. What does it do? Well, first it starts putting on the new codec inside. So you have XAVC, again, capability into the product. It also has now embedded as well equally the wireless streaming capability. So it goes from 180, 200, and 500, which in this case is of course, very relevant. It's got a realty multi-codec approach, so you can do MPEG-2, IMX, DV, AVC, XAVC, iframe long op, and ProRes and DNX HD, right? So all into one single product. It can do high frame rate, so it can do up to 120 frames per second recording as well, which gives it more than just let's say the news relevant application. It can also cover some relevant documentary style. So it's it's an amazing product. Improved sensor, improvement in every other ways as well. But amazing piece of technology, really.
Well, everybody's looking at it, so I think we better do it as well. We've got this one, which is obviously the FS7. Tell us about this baby.
Okay, so that's a really interesting camera, and probably better to give credit to this one. I may have to take it off the stand, maybe. Actually, there you go, pick it up. So the FS7 is a large format sensor camera, so it's based on a full frame 35mm with an E-mount lens system. The beauty of E-mount, as you may know, is that you can mount literally any lens. You can mount E-lens, you can put an adapter to mount A lens from our Alpha range, but you can also put Nikon or Canon lenses because the flange back is so short that there's numerous adapters that allows to mount anything. So you can literally mount any lens on this product you want. In addition to that, a remarkable piece about it, and the key piece of work around is the ergonomic aspect of it. So you got this kind of rounded body, which reminds you a bit of the 16mm cameras of the old days, right? But on top of it, the viewfinder can be adjusted in any position, and the handle can be equally, and as you can see, they pulled it quite high here. You can press that and change it in any way. And why? Because fundamentally, I'm holding it here just with one hand, because all the center of gravity is really meant for one-man band shooting. So you can throw it on your shoulder, semi-shoulder, you can go full shoulder. You can, again, put this way and very quickly rotate and do this. You have all assignable buttons on here, inside. So they worked really, really hard on the ergonomic side of things. And just for the people who have the chance to touch it, putting just the hand on the handle with this part coming back on top of your hand is really good. And no, it's an amazing piece of equipment. Now, it does record HD and 4K. It does high frame rate. It's got 14-stop dynamic. It's an amazing piece of beauty. It's a really remarkable camera.
It looks fantastic.
I forgot to say, you record on XQD card, XAVC, or actually MPEG 422 as well.
As you say, a remarkable piece of equipment. When can we expect to see these ones shipping?
That will be coming around the end of October for about 7,300 euros. Yeah, so it's a bargain. As
it sounds it. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Olivier. If people want to find out some more information about all these new products we've looked at today, and of course the full range of Sony professional products, where can they find that on the web?
Best way is to go on pro.sony.eu website, where again all these products will be there. I think they can also see the press conference, and there is a lot of videos that have been prepared by the product specialists that will give you much more detail on each of these products as well.
Olivier, thank you very much. As always, amazing announcements this year at IBC from Sony. Go and have a look on their website, find out more information. And don't forget, go and have a look at our website and YouTube channel to find out all the other videos we've been doing here at IBC 2014.